Hello once again, everyone. My name is Adam Pohl. We welcome you to another Mount Athletics podcast. We're so happy today to be here with Mount St. Mary's softball in the midst of an outstanding season, coming off of a big non-conference win just yesterday against George Mason. We're going to talk with the head coach, Anna Nagro, about this year's team, what has allowed them to take a big step forward, and what's so exciting. They got a big home weekend against Sacred Heart here Saturday and Sunday, so make plans to be out here to root on this Mount softball program as they come down the stretch and try to head to the MAC tournament for a second time in the last 4 years. Our conversation with Coach Nagro is coming up right after this. Great to have you with us for this Mount Athletics podcast. Once again, we are here at the Our Lady of the Meadows field right off Jim Phelan Way. My name is Adam Pohl. We've got Coach Anna Nagro with us here today as we get ready or as we discuss our Mount softball program. It's such an important time of the year. You have had some players, Coach, that have really stood out this season, but it has been in totality as a team a real bounce back year for you guys. And you've got a great mix of young and older players, but just in totality, I know you're really proud of how this season has gone.
Yeah, we're thrilled. It was definitely a good bounce back year for us. You know, it's kind of been in the making, and even though, you know, our past 2 seasons we kind of fell short, it's definitely been in the making. And we got a really good mix of, like you said, young and old. And this is a real special team. They're real tough. And it's been really cool to watch, and it's been just cool to have a good year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we speak today, coming off of a big non-conference win against George Mason, what have you seen as far as your ability, both inside and outside of the conference, to compete even against some programs that might be in bigger leagues?
Yeah, so, you know, it's softball, so any day, anybody can win. So for us, yesterday was really just about bouncing back. We played real well at Canisius. We just came up short. We didn't score enough runs, didn't get the timely hitting. But the Mason was a great example of our depth. We have a ton of depth. We played literally, I think everybody played except 2 pitchers and a couple kids that were a little banged up. And, you know, we had kids that came through in the 7th inning who came off the bench. So that is really awesome. And we're just excited.
There is an atmosphere, a spirit around softball that I don't know if all fans of sports fans really understand. It is different. When you come to a game, how locked in your dugout your team is, the amount of fun, the spirit that the players have for the game itself. Do you think that's real?
Oh, it's definitely real. And if you're around it and you've seen it and you've been in it, you know it.
Yes.
And I think that yesterday, one of my assistants at the end of the game said, I believe it was Danny Brown, and she said to the team, I wouldn't have known who was home or who was away. I would have thought that you were the home team. And so we just have always played with a lot of joy and energy and fun, and but we're also very intense and really locked in. And so it's been something that has been in this program for a really long time. And, you know, now when, you know, we're having interviews like this and stuff, we're talking about it more, but it's been here and it's something that we're about.
We always think of things from a Mount perspective, but nationally, I feel like softball is one of the sports that when you look at television ratings, you know, for the tournament, I mean, obviously 10, 20 years ago, you couldn't watch the College World Series on television. Now it's not only on TV, but I mean, the amount of people that are watching aren't in the thousands. They're in the millions.
Yes, it's actually incredible. The sport has just taken off. You know, if you put the numbers side by side with some of the other top sports, it's right up in there. Yeah. And now, you know, you're watching every game on softball that's on TV, and every game from regionals, well, actually from, you know, conference tournaments, but into regionals, super regionals. And then the College World Series, every game's on. Every game's watched at prime time. So it's a really fun sport. It brings a lot of different people like it. It's fast, it's fun to watch. There's the cheering, there's the personality, but then there's also this like intensity and this athleticism that you need to be able to play. So it's a really cool sport.
Let's talk about some of those athletes that you have here on this Mount team, because Avery Dingus is having an unbelievable season. When you're at the top of the order, you know, everybody thinks about hitting the ball over the fence, right? But that's not really your role. Your role is to set the table and score runs. In the game of baseball, quite often having somebody above that 350 on base percentage is where you like to be. Her on base percentage right now is 487.
Yes.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
And she's got 32 stolen bases.
Yeah, she is unbelievable. I think that's the best way to say it. That's a kid who comes from a small town, played for a small team, has all the tools, you know, has only gotten better. A fun fact about her is we actually share the exact same birthday.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's like a connection that we have had, and she just continues to get better, learns the game, wants to do better, wants to be better, you know, and she's coming back from something that ends kids' careers, ends players' careers. Yeah. And she did it twice. So to come back from an injury like that and to play at this level is just unbelievable. And we know how much hard work it took for her. So she is deserving of everything that she's getting. But she's also just like a really great teammate and just fun to watch play. And the 32 stolen bases, she's far from done. I know that she's really close to breaking our single season here at the Mount single season record, which I believe is 39. And it was Bridget Giuliano. I couldn't tell you that year. If I had to guess that year, it would be like maybe 2019, 2020. And that, you know, she transferred out and ended up going somewhere else and running a lot for them too. But to have somebody like Avery reach a record like that and stuff, we're thrilled.
You've got a lot of players, a lot of seniors, though. They're in the lineup that have helped lead the way as well.
Yes. You know, Gina Del Giorno, obviously, is right behind Avery, and it's like, you know, you get Avery leading off. Yesterday, we actually flipped the lineup a little bit, tried to mix things up, but having Avery lead off and then Gina right behind her, it's been like a really great 1-2
Gina's had a long streak. You know, she's had a great hit streak, you know, this year, more double-digit hit streaks, and that consistency's been big.
100%. And she's actually our most experienced veteran player, for sure. She's had the most innings for us out of her class. You know, she started all last year. And in the year before, heavy amounts for us. So she's definitely our most experienced. And this team is just mentally different. You know, when you're led by someone like Dingus and Gina and Leah and these kids that are tough, that have been through it, that have found their way on the field, it's pretty cool to see.
And in softball, one of the main differences, I think, than baseball is that, you know, in this sport, pitching in both baseball and softball, it can be the most important position. But in baseball, there's more of a fragility of the pitcher. The way the ball is thrown, the pitchers, you know, can't throw as often. They can't go as deep into games, being a 9-inning game, not a 7-inning game. So when you've got great pitching in softball, you can ride, you know, one pitcher, you know, through a season. And I know that this year you've kind of spread it out a little bit because you've got 3 or 4 pitchers that have really thrown quite a few innings.
Yes, 100%. We have a big staff and a good staff. You know, I mean, yesterday is a great example of it. It was a midweek game. We went with Kay Hannon, and then Vlahos came in, and both of those girls have been there and throwing for us. But, you know, in conference, haven't seen a ton of time. But they came out and they pitched great, and that just shows our depth and the ability to be able to rest your kids pitching on the weekend if they're a little banged up and have an outing like that from somebody. It just shows our depth. I actually think that was Vlahos' first win here, so that was great.
She pitches with a lot of spirit. She goes out, she's got fire.
Yes, she is Mount softball to a T. It's amazing. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to be around, and she's a joy. So we were happy to see it. I mean, Kay Hannon was rolling last night, and Vlahos was itching to get her moment. She knew she was close to getting out there. And then, you know, it gets called upon her in the bottom of the bottom of the seventh, whatever it was. We get out of it. It was bottom of the 6th. And then she gets out of it, and then we come back and score 2 runs, and then she shuts it down. So that was pretty impressive. Yes.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, let's take a look at what is upcoming. The Mount is right in the playoff hunt. We'll break it all down right after this.
The time has come. The steak and cheese sandwich is back at Roy Rogers. Savory or spicy, make it yours with your favorite fixins. Go big and upgrade to a large drink and holster fry for the full cowboy experience. Get it while you can. Steak and cheese is here for a limited time only. See you soon at Roy Rogers.
Welcome back. We're talking softball with Mount head coach Anna Nagro as we are coming down the stretch, coach, of an exciting softball season. The top 6 teams in the MAC make the tournament, and it has been a few years. Your first year in the MAC, you guys are right at the top. That was kind of a culmination of a group that was one of the great eras, that one of the great classes that you've had come through here at the Mount. So you've been building it back, 4th year in the MAC, and right now you are in playoff position.
Yes,
I know this
yes.
is something you guys are really gunning for.
Yes, I mean, we're this is, like you said, it's been in 2023. We really were at the top. We graduated all those kids, and we kind of been building back to this spot right here. And the kids that are here are the kids that have been through the grind. Yes. So it's cool to see it happen for them. I mean, they're the ones, who have been here the last 2 years, grinding it out, trying to get back to where we need to be. And I think we're there. And obviously, we're sitting. If it ended today, we'd be in. But we're just trying to focus one game at a time. We got 11 games in front of us still. It's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games. And it's interesting because you never know how the schedule will fall. But for the most part, you're going to play a lot of teams that are very close to you in the standing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just feel like it's an opportunity to play the teams that you're competing against, and and you can control your destiny in a sense that way. Yes. At least you're playing the teams that you're like, these are the teams I got to beat out. And up until last weekend at Canisius, we were really rolling. And I know that was a little bit of a hiccup for us, but we're back on track as of yesterday. And really, like I said, we played well. We just came up short with the timely hitting. So the girls are ready to go. They're excited, just trying to keep them locked in one game at a time. Anything can happen.
And this weekend, Mount Softball is at home. So we hope you can come on out here to Our Lady of the Meadows Field and take in a game or two. It's going to be a doubleheader on Saturday starting at noontime. And of course, and then another game as well. Is it Friday or Sunday?
Sunday.
It's Sunday afternoon at noon as Sacred Heart will be here in Emmetsburg. And that is going to be obviously a huge, huge weekend for you guys. Is there any, playing at home? What does that mean for you?
Home is the last couple years has been tough for us. Yeah. But again, the years were just tough.
Yeah.
So we love playing at home. We love being here. We have a great following on the road or at home, and playing here, there's just a little bit of a different spirit. I mean, when you're on your own campus and it's this campus, it's special. And for Sacred Heart for us, it's funny because the girls currently on the team have never played Sacred Heart. And so, but for me as a coach here at the Mount, I have like
NEC, right?
I got a decade of memories of playing them.
Exactly.
So, I mean, post or pre-MAC, they were definitely one of our rivals. We played good, solid games against them. They're, they have a lot of spirit too. They're a good team. So I plan on seeing a lot of good softball. I'm glad we're home, yes. Of course. Weather's looking real good for Saturday. I still think Sunday's going to be all right. A lot can change from now until then. And so we would love everybody to come out and watch us play. The more, the merrier.
And one more thing, we are recording this on One Mount One Day.
Yes, we are.
So that might be
a great one.
Yeah, and I know that you guys have a lot of support. You as the longest tenured, or one of the longest tenured, I should say, coaches here at the Mount, you have so many great alums that have come through this program, even through your program, not just the program in totality.
100%. There's amazing alums before I got here, and now I've been here long enough that, I have, 16 years of graduates. So it's pretty cool. So for us, it's One Mount One Day. We would love any support. Our alum and our support is heavy throughout the year. But it is our giving day. So thanks for that pitch there.
No doubt. All right, folks. It is an exciting time of year. As Coach Nagro said, we've got 11 games remaining. The Mount is above 500 in conference play, and coming down the stretch, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this Mount softball team as they drive towards hopefully their first trip to the MAC tournament here, or their second time in the MAC tournament in 4 seasons. Thank you so much, Coach Nagro.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that has been our Mount Athletics podcast. We'll see you again shortly.